Welcome to Subramani. Today I'm going to talk to you about a person whom you do not know. Okay, not more than 20-30 people watching my video know him. Let me first set your mind at rest. He has never appeared on television, so don't try guessing who it is. He is not a publicly well-known personality. But what I love about him is he's a voracious reader, and largely his portfolio reflects what Benjamin Graham said 60-70 years ago, and he's a much better investor, investing according to his principles than even Warren Buffett. What kind of a portfolio does he have? He has a portfolio which is in excess of 5 figures in crores, which means it is more than 10,000 crores. You can speculate beyond this. I'm not talking about him, but I'm talking about his style. He is a value investor to the core. For him, a company has to pass his margin of safety test, which he has learned from Buffett and Graham and honed it over a long period of time, which means he, like Buffett and Seth Klarman, can sit on for long periods of time. They can sit on cash. That's a fantastic ability that he has. So he sits on cash. He is completely below the radar. Nobody knows about him. He owns about 30 companies, which are private limited and LLPs, through which he has his holding. His personal holding is not much, maybe about 20 crores. Does not attract any attention from anybody. Nobody knows that he exists. 3-4 months in a year, he's off to hill station far away from Mumbai. Even in Mumbai, he lives in the suburbs, so again, unheard of. He's got a lovely house, he's got a good family, but the family does not know the size of his portfolio. They know how much he personally owns, and they think it's a lot of money. It's 20 crores kind of a thing. Their lifestyle is within that. He earns well, he spends well, but he drives a Mercedes, yes, but the family has no clue about the size of his portfolio because it is held in various small private limited companies, etc., which is audited by a bunch of chartered accountants. So again, completely below the radar. Even his chartered accountant, I know, and maybe 5 or 6 of us know the complete size of his portfolio. So what are the learnings that I've got from him? One, fly below the radar. Just don't attract attention. Sit on cash for very long periods of time. Never ever go in public and say what you have done. He has never done this. He is not known. He walks on the road. Nobody will recognize him. Because I think by talking in public about what a person is buying and what a person is selling, they put pressure on themselves. If I invest in a company and I tell it publicly that I have invested in this, and then if something goes wrong, and if I sell it off, they will keep reminding me, you made that mistake. I don't want that, right? So no public information about his portfolio is available. He does not talk to anybody, does not write, does not do anything. Very well articulated margin of safety, which allows him to analyze companies very long. He buys research report from 3-4 people. He just tells them, I want this research report. No question of what he wants to do. And he has got a very good library, and if he's identified a good investment analyst, he tells him these are 10 companies I want you to track for him. Typically like how a fund manager would do. He does this work, gets this work done by many people, including 3-4 housewives. He gets housewives who are very smart and intelligent, who are not working because of family duties. He tells them, I want you to just track these companies. I don't want you to meet the management. I don't want any bias. I just want you to look at the numbers, look at the notes on accounts, because it's too big for me, and make a summary and send it to me. So every quarter he gets a summary from them, right? And this works. He's got fantastic returns. He's beaten the index. He's beaten many of the fund managers. Is he a value investor? Yes, he's a typical value investor. Does he buy growth shares? Yes, he buys growth shares. Does he do day trading? No, he doesn't do day trading. But he has kept one person who does day trading on his behalf, and I don't think he has more than 200 crores doing day trading. But that's the kind of size he does. There are people who trade on his behalf. He's got four, to my best of my knowledge, four brokers through whom he deals. There are companies which will only trade, there are companies which will only invest, so that tomorrow he does not have a problem in the income tax. All this is very well organized, and I really don't know what else to say. So all those things, right? Be anonymous, it helps. Being famous does not help. Don't take a public stand. Keep investing during good times, during bad times. He's also bought distressed debt during bad times from builders who were struggling, and then he would buy it from a builder, make sure that the builder then completes the project, or nearing completion he would go and sell it off to another builder. He says, I don't have the ability to sell each flat, so he would just take and do a lock, stock and barrel transfer to another builder and tell him, pay me as and when you sell. So take your sales commission, etc. I don't want you to put money up front, but I think you have a good sales team, and that's how he does. He's bought distressed assets. He's bought, I don't think he's dealt in Bitcoin, but I wouldn't know where all is. He's got some gold again. He does trading transactions. I don't think he does any other commodity. He has does a lot of traveling. He's a very good photographer. He has a garden in his farmhouse. Amazing guy. A lot of meditation. He must be now 65, and great guy to know me talk, but completely below the radar. And I think that is the essence of value investing. Keep low. Don't be like a fund manager making statements day in and day out. You don't need to, right? He doesn't need to. He does not attract AUM. He does not want to attract AUM. There are only 5 families for whom he is handling, and each of those families have given him approximately 100 crores plus. I wouldn't know the exact breakup, and for which he charges a flat fee, no performance-based fee or anything. I don't think he's handling more than 1,000 crores, and his net worth is in excess of 10,000 crores. So you can imagine the quality of service that these people get. And he gives them very good service, and I think he spends at least 1% on all those research analysts and traders, etc. And this is what he does, and I'm very impressed with this kind of value investing. This is the essence of value investing, if you ask me.